Hello everybody, my name is James, hope you're doing well and welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be talking about an engine change Mercedes has been forced to make, as well as a brutal verdict from Max Verstappen. If you enjoy the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content. Also make sure to follow me on Instagram and X at James's Pit Lane. I'll leave links in the description, but let's jump straight into the video. So let's start with Max Verstappen, and well, he's not exactly had many friendly things to say about the new 2026 rules. As we know, brand new regulations this year around the power unit and the chassis. Now, in terms of the power unit, there's a massive emphasis on recovering as much energy as possible to utilise the power output from the MG UK. And we've seen during Bahrain testing that the need to constantly recharge the battery has led to extreme levels of lifting and coasting, aggressive downshifting, and gear selection tactics. Now, as we know, Verstappen was out on track on day one of Bahrain testing, and well, he had a pretty good day. I mean, he had the car to himself, and throughout the course of the running, he was setting decent and consistent lap times, and that Red Bull looked really good in Verstappen's hands. But with the new demands for the drivers this year, Verstappen feels the cars are not a lot of fun to drive, with Verstappen saying, as quoted by the race, "It's not always the nicest thing to say, but I also want to be realistic as a driver. The feeling is not very Formula 1-like. As a pure driver, I enjoy driving flat out, and at the moment, you cannot drive like that. There's a lot going on. A lot of what you do as a driver in terms of inputs have a massive effect on the energy side of things. And for me, that's just not Formula 1, because then maybe it's better to drive Formula E, right? Because that's all about energy, efficiency management. That's what they stand for. Driving-wise, it's not so fun, but at the same time, I also know what's at stake with the team, with our own engine, and seeing the excitement of the people. Of course, when I sit in the car, I will always give it my best. They know that, but the excitement level is not so high and to drive." Now, as I said, it looked like Verstappen had a pretty solid day on day one of testing in Bahrain, but yeah, that's a pretty brutal verdict on the new 2026 rules. Now, in terms of Verstappen's future, he's contracted with Red Bull until the end of 2028. But having grown frustrated by various aspects of F1 in recent years, including the rules direction, he's openly talked about the prospect of walking away from F1 at that point, and Verstappen went on to say, "A winning car for me doesn't matter. It needs to be fun to drive as well at this stage of my career. I am of course also exploring other things outside of Formula 1 to have fun at. I know that we're stuck with this regulation for quite a while, so yeah, let's see." Now, Verstappen also spoke about Mercedes engines. Now, as we know, in terms of Red Bull, they're creating their own power units for the first time from 2026, and it's fair to say that the power unit is performing better than expected. And Mercedes even felt that Red Bull were ahead when it came to energy deployment, fearing that Red Bull could be a second ahead on the straight. So yeah, that's pretty big for Red Bull, and if you want to find out more about that, I'll leave a link to a video I did in the description. Now, this was said following speculation that Mercedes would have the best engine in 2026, and while following the Barcelona shakedown test, it looked to be the case. Mercedes were in a very strong place following the Barcelona shakedown. And while Bahrain testing hasn't gone as strong as what Barcelona did, Verstappen feels Mercedes are hiding their true pace, with Verstappen being reported as saying, "Let me tell you something, wait for Melbourne and see suddenly how much power they have. I already know." Now, as I said, Mercedes haven't had as strong a test in Bahrain as they did in Barcelona. I mean, you look at Bahrain, they completed 85 laps, and that's pretty good, but you look at Barcelona, they were completing over 100 laps each day. And then on day two, Mercedes were forced into making a complete power unit change, impacting Kimi Antonelli's running on the second day of the opening test in Bahrain. Basically, Racing News 365 said the Silver Arrows discovered an issue with the power unit it was running, and following an investigation, has decided to complete a full change. As a result, Mercedes confirmed that Antonelli would not be back out on the circuit before lunch. So yeah, to pretty much lose a morning of running, that's not good for Mercedes. For sure, they were out on track on the afternoon, but yeah, not a great day for Mercedes in Bahrain, and it'll be interesting to see how they do on day 3. But that's going to be the video from me today. Thank you ever so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe for more videos, and until the next one, take care. Bye.